Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Behind the Group podcast. I am DJ Keo.
And I am Basil Barrington, and we are back. DJ Keo is back, and we are
I'm
about to
back.
get into, like, you know what I'm saying? We are about to get into Halo Season 2. And, right now with the episode is like episode 6, it's Onyx, but we're also going to talk about like the episode, what is it, 4, which is Reach, and also 5, which is Alaria, right, as well. Just we're going to give you a general, like, just
the vibes.
Just the vibe in terms of what we think right now about the show, because I have questions, and like I was telling everyone, I've never played this video game, but I've watched a lot of the video gameplay on YouTube, and you've been telling me a lot about it. And I don't know, some of it is disappointing. So let me just ask you this here. So like Reach, you saw Reach. What did you think about that episode?
I liked it a lot. I wish Master Chief, I wish everybody was in their armor though. That's the one downside of it, because, you could do more when you're in an armor and they're walking around, they're unprotected. So like, it was exciting and it was fun. And it's more in line with what Halo is as a video game. Because like a lot of this TV show is walking and talking and feeling like that. And no, you're supposed to be shooting and throwing grenades. That's Halo. So we've never really got into the psyche of what the characters are. It's more so about like that stuff is in the books. Like there is things about this in the books, including Master Chief. Like there's things in their books, but generally, when you think about the game and you think about the culture about what Halo's fighting. It's a war game, and so I liked Reach. I wish it was longer. That my beef with Reach is that the storyline deviated completely, because we're supposed to see I thought we were going to see the Reach team and not Master Chief. Master Chief's busy in Reach. He's not part of the storyline. There's a whole Halo team that's the actual storyline, and we didn't get them at all, which is upsetting to me, because the Halo Reach game is one of my favorite games of all time. It's right behind Halo 3. That's for me personally. Like if I was gonna rate it as games, its story is emotional, and it's got a lot of it's because throughout the game, everybody in your team dies. So it's like when you're playing a game, you have like 7 players, right? And you get to know each player. They have unique skills and they're doing different things. But like throughout the game, each one of the players dies through a possible mission, and then get to the last player at the end. And that, oh man, at the end it was rough. It's real rough. So that's what I say. Reach is one of my favorite games of all time, like as far as like video game period. And putting it on the show, it was good, because that guy, they're destroying buildings and stuff like that. It feels like they spent money on it. Like it felt like the budget was this show.
Like that one episode, all the money.
One episode.
We'll see. I mean, we have 2 episodes left. Let me ask you this here: how many versions of Halo? How many versions were released for Halo?
Of video games?
Yeah, the video
game.
Are
there for Halo?
Yeah.
Oof.
7, 8. I'm just looking at.
I'm looking at my case right now. I have 7 Halo games.
Okay.
I think it was 7.
In any of those video games, was Master Chief or any of the Spartans were they in these video games without their armor?
No one's ever without their armor.
Okay, see, that's what I'm talking
about.
Without
a helmet. Master Chief don't even have his helmet off ever.
I've never seen him, like, in all the video gameplay I see on YouTube.
Never see what he looks like. No one knows what he looks like.
And you said they're basically like teenagers anyway.
Yeah, so like when they get into the Halo program, they're teenagers. Like, they're the longer they're in there fighting and stuff like that, they're gonna get older. So there are Spartans that are like in their 40s, but they start off in there and they're young. They're very, very young when they start in there.
Yeah. So, you saw Reach and you're like, wow. I mean, at that point,
I was like, okay, let's go.
Exactly. At that point, there was 4 episodes left, and it's just like, man, they can only go up. You can't go down. However,
I didn't think that was possible.
I didn't think that was possible because of Halo. It's Halo. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, wow, okay, so this is, this is so irritating that when you have something like this here, Halo will probably, if there's like a video game Hall of Fame, Halo will probably be in it, right?
Yeah.
You have
Oh, for
you
sure.
you have a game like this that is just dope. And then you get these like people who want to just like make some changes around the edges and then throw in all this ridiculous stuff, and it's just like, well, that's corny. I mean, like, what? Why? Who's Soren? Like, and who's Larsa and Kessler and Makee? And this is like, who are these people? And Quan. I mean, of all people, Quan. Madrigal. Is
The
that
problem
like a?
is,
Is that a space? Is that like a something in a video game?
no, these places don't exist.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And then they hit us off with like Alaria and Onyx. It's just like, come on.
I saw an interview with the guy who's playing Master Chief, and he's pretty adamant about like, we're doing our own thing, and I'm like, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, that's not cool. That's not cool.
Because here's the thing, like, if like, there's things that you have to keep right.
Yeah.
And then you can do your own thing. Like you're watching Batman. Batman has a Batmobile. He has a cape.
Mm-hmm.
He's wearing a black suit.
Yep.
He fights crime at nighttime. He's a billionaire. His parents died. These are the rules. Then you can make your Batman movie. And you can change little things. You can do other stuff, but these are the rules. You have to start with this set space, right? And so the problem for this show is that everybody's got bright ideas about what's going on here, and it wasn't necessary. Because like a perfect example of this is the second episode we were talking about for our series here. Because we got Reach. What's the second one with the A is a lore or something like that?
Alaria.
Alaria. All right, so we got Alaria and Onyx.
Yeah.
Alaria should not be Master Chief sitting in was the Yukon? Like, where is he? He's somewhere out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
In a sweater. Like Master Chief should not be there.
A sand planet.
Like a sand planet where people can't bury things. Okay, right. Great. Master Chief should not be there. Like, you could put Master Chief in stasis. You could have him like, oh, he's got to go meet some commander, and he's in he's in another place. He's on a different planet. He's on whatever. Master Chief's still Master Chief. Take another Spartan who's going through a crisis and have the story focused on that person. All right, cool. Everybody's happy. Master Chief gets to be Master Chief. You get to tell your story about what the Spartans are going through. This is great. But you've decided to put everything on Master Chief and call it Halo. And like, this is wrong.
Yeah.
Like, this is all terrible. Nobody likes this. Yeah. And I saw a YouTube video about this, and there's some Halo guys that like they're like true blue Halo dudes, like well beyond my space of limited and feelings or whatever, well beyond my universe. And these guys were like, this is not for anybody, because Halo people are like, yo, what the hell is this? This is not Master Chief. And then people who have a casual understanding about Halo are like, what the hell is this? This is not Master Chief. So you're like, nobody's happy or satisfied. That it feels like the producers are just doing their own thing and they get money for it. And like, I don't like that. I got a problem with that. It's not great.
Yeah, it's I would say that to see Master Chief without his helmet off, with his helmet off, and no armor, and him walking around and just trying to do things almost like a spy, just infiltrating like just different like facilities and things like that.
You're a 7 foot tall guy. You're not fooling anybody. Everyone looks at you like, that's Master Chief. Like,
yeah, it doesn't feel right, dude. I mean, something is not good here. I mean, I don't know what's going on here, but it's something.
No, you're right.
Something isn't right here, man. I'm just like, yeah. But so, you have this really awesome episode. I gave it a 10, and then we come back with 10. Yeah, and then we come back with Alaria, right? And I'm just like, when I saw that episode, I was so disappointed. So disappointed.
Well, they added these extra characters. They need them to do something. Why?
So let me ask you this here. So Soren, he's not part of the video game, right?
No, he's part of the lore. He is part of the lore.
Okay, Soren is okay. So what about, does he have a wife or a
No,
girlfriend?
you don't have a wife. No, you don't
Okay.
have a wife.
Is the rubble part of the video game?
Not to my knowledge, but I haven't played all the
Um
games.
yeah,
I
and
played
then
just the Halo game.
Kessler obviously isn't. Makee, is she part of
Nah,
it?
no, he's not
Madrigal,
part of
what
the
about
lore.
Madrigal?
Nah,
Quan?
not to my knowledge. No, Quan is not in the games at all. No.
I was reading this comment on IMDb, and this guy or this person went off. He was like, Quan, get rid of her. Makee, get rid of her. Soren, get rid of her. Larsa, get rid of her. Kessler, get rid of her. Madrigal, get rid of them,
Yeah, well, that's the problem is that they've added too many things, and they decided they have a plan, and a plan isn't what we want. Basically, I'll put it like that. The fans, the people who watch, like who love Halo, the people who've like played games for all these decades. Like I played my like the first time I played Halo was Halo 3. I bought an Xbox and I was playing it with my niece. And so I really got into it because I was playing like, multiplayer with my niece. And so yeah, I got decades, man. It's a lot of years on this thing. And it just I don't know who this is for because the things that we want just action, like, and I understand the budgets are crazy, so you can't go out of your way of having action all day, but you could tone it down a little bit, but still, like, people we don't need all this Master Chief on a reclining chair trying to talk about his life or whatever. Like, dude was kidnapped when he's a kid and he got brainwashed. All right, he's a soldier now. That's it. There's nothing else to tell.
Yeah.
There's literally nothing else to tell.
And then I also don't understand, like, why was Jacob Keyes, why was he killed? Like, why was
He's
he
not.
killed?
He's still alive. He's supposed to be alive, man. He's got things to do.
Okay, yeah, well, his daughter is still alive, and yeah, and then you had Alaria, and I'm just like, wow, this is like completely disappointing. It is so sad. I think it's lazy. I've said this before
Mhm.
when with shows we watch. It's so lazy to try to be super creative with something that people really love. I think if you want to be super creative with Halo, what you should have done is, one, I would be okay with the helmet coming off as long as
Mhm.
as long as they're still doing Halo stuff, right? But
Mhm.
once they,
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna say this: once they took out their emotional inhibitors, I knew it was
Mhm.
going down the tubes. I knew it was going left field.
Yeah. I know they added it in there because the whole thing is to get you on the couch so you can talk about your feelings. That's really what all this stuff is about.
Yeah,
And it's lazy writing on the
so
part,
lazy,
and
isn't it?
you have all the resources, and you're far enough in the future where you got computers. My MacBook Pro could cut some of the stuff on the show. Like, we're high enough,
You
man.
know what I'm saying?
It's not necessary. It's just not necessary. You're
Yeah,
doing too much.
it's so insane, man. That episode was really disappointing. I did watch it twice just to, like, just for muscle memory. And I was just like, wow, you
Yeah,
got
yeah.
Soren, you got, like, they're walking around, they're on, like, it felt like an episode. Alaria felt like an episode of Kenobi, you know, where it was just like, why? Why do we need this episode? You could have totally not used this episode. This episode could have been, like, just totally just thrown out the window, right? Totally
Mhm.
thrown out the
Yeah.
window. It's like completely ridiculous, right? It's kind of sad, man, because Reach was so cool, and I'm just like, wow, I hope they just hit us off with, like, bang bang for the rest of the
Yeah, I'm like
episode.
my impression was, "Oh, this is where we're going for the rest of the show."
You
I'm
would
like,
think so.
"Okay."
Yeah.
We started the war because before no one knew what the Covenant was. So, okay, I was like, "Okay, fine." Everybody knows Covenant's here. They destroyed Reach. All right, where's go time? The next thing after this is the beginning of Halo, the very first game. That's it. It's go time. We're in war.
Do you think that it's too early? because they showed basically this in this episode, Onyx. Do you think it's too early? This is season 2 of Halo. It's too early to like do something with Halo, reach Halo.
They're gonna drag it out until the end. We're not gonna see anything until the end. I promise you.
I mean, even in this season, we may see something in terms of Halo.
I mean, we're not gonna get to Halo until the end of the season. That's what I think.
So in season 2,
and it's just gonna be a glimpse. You're not gonna see anything. It's
okay, but
like
in season 2, we're gonna get to Halo, and then season 3 is. See, that's what I'm saying. If you're talking about like this, there's 7 versions of this game. This game came out 7 times, 8 times, right? It's just like we're already getting
we gotta get to Halo to start the game. We haven't even started the game yet.
All right, wow.
Reach is a prequel. So we haven't started the game. The game starts when they get to Halo. That's when the game starts. So we haven't started anything yet. Which is why I get see the thing. Oh, you get I gave you the leeway to do the get on the couch and talk about your feelings because we haven't started Halo yet. Halo starts when they get to the circle thing. That's when Halo starts. And you don't want to start that in season 3. That's ridiculous. The show's called Halo for a reason. Like, get going. Let's go. Let's do this.
Okay, so like with Alaria, like you saw that. What would you rate that? I think I gave it a 7.
I was like a 5.
Did I give it a 7? I think I gave it a 7. A 5 may be more. A 5 probably is better.
No, because I gave it an angry 5 because I'm like, okay, what the hell? After Halo, we got Reach and this. Yeah. Reach is still going on. The planet's not glassed yet. Reach is still going on.
Yeah, and then they just move it on to like Alaria, which is kind of weird. And now we're on Onyx. So here we are with the present episode, Onyx.
Yeah, when Master Chief was talking about we gotta get back to Reach, I'm like, yes, you gotta get back to Reach.
Yeah,
there's things to do. So, yeah. But okay, I was like, okay, fine. We're moving on from Reach. We only get a half full episode of Reach. It was 1.5 episodes of Reach because they did shoot the beginning of Valeria. They were still there.
Yeah,
it was dumb. She got killed for no reason because it's dumb. But anyways,
Riz is like Riz got shot in the butt.
She got shot up for no reason. This is a waste of a Spartan. Spartan wouldn't do that for the dead body. They wouldn't do that.
No, and that's what Master Chief said. It was like, what are you doing? Halsey said the same thing. No, Halsey said, well, she's a Spartan. Okay, so with this episode,
you had the suit on. Yeah, you could go back and get him, but you didn't have your suit on. Why would you do that?
So
it's stupid.
With Onyx, with this episode, it was a little interesting, but
it is better.
Yeah.
Okay, I wouldn't say it's terrible. It was better. Absolutely, it was better. But it felt like spy thriller kind of thing rather than get it back into the fight. And this is the problem. Like you peaked when you did Reach. Now you gave people what everybody's been sitting there asking for the last 20 episodes of the show from season 1. Everybody's been asking for the Reach episode. You gave it to them, and then now you're doing a different show. So it's like, what show are you? Are you Halo? Are you doing this thing with the the guns and fighting and the military stuff, or are you this show now?
Yeah.
And I'm okay with what's her name getting the soldiers. I'm okay with that because that's what would happen, right? But
who Kai?
Yeah. Was it Kai? I forgot her name. Is it Kai?
Who the Spartan Kai?
Yeah, if she getting soldiers, I'm okay with that. That's like that's what would have happened. But like it's just it feels like they're making them ridiculous rather than because like all the Spartans are trained from birth into when they kidnap them on strategy about how to be a soldier. Like they learn all the battles, they learn everything. So her being inept at doing that wouldn't be a thing. Like you couldn't pass being a Spartan if you could get high enough to get the rank or anything to be a Spartan if you didn't know the soldier part of being being commander and how to lead people. So like her fighting these people, arguing with this, it's not a thing. who's gonna argue with the 7-8 foot tall soldier that can beat you? Like who's gonna argue with this person?
Yeah.
That's not a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Point me to the soldier that's got the balls to do that. Like I would love to see that soldier.
Yeah. And again, I don't Paragoski or whatever her name is. She's like she's undercutting like the Spartan. I guess she wants a new breed. But if you take this episode here, Onyx, right? Check this out, right? If you take Onyx, I know there was a segment where Halsey and Quan was together, but during that segment,
Halsey walking around a cave. That's not Halsey.
Yeah,
Halsey should be in the lab somewhere fixing things. Like
she said she had basically lived there. But if you take that segment, why was Quan there? Why was she needed? If you remove Quan, it would still be the same segment, right?
And this is what's gonna happen. They're gonna make Quan a Spartan. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh my goodness!
They're gonna put her in a uniform.
I'm done. I'm done. It must be a curse because it must be a curse because a lot of these new shows, like season 2, generally sucks. I mean, Picard season 2 sucked. And I said this, terrible. And I said this to you, right? For me, thus far, there are a few shows that just got it right. Foundation season 1 and season 2, dude, it was just
great.
It was
great.
Every episode
in it. Every episode was in it.
Andor, every episode was sick.
Andor was pretty good too. Yeah.
Picard, the first season, the second season, third season, every episode
third season was sick.
So it's just like so. And again, so with Onyx, if you take Quan away from that segment with Halsey, it's still a segment with Halsey. She's still doing the same thing. If you totally remove Soren and Larsa, or whatever her name is,
I'm gonna say it's gonna sound heartless. I don't care about your kid.
Yeah,
there's global war going on.
Yeah,
there's a bigger issues. I don't care about. Let's search for your kid. I don't care, man. That's a dumb storyline for a Spartan. He's a Spartan.
There is absolutely no emotions, and you tell me if I'm saying if this is correct or not.
No, you're right.
There's absolutely no emotional. There's absolutely no emotions when it comes to this Halo video game. Master Chief, the Spartans are out there kicking butt, trying to beat the Covenant, trying to defeat,
That's it.
The elite soldiers. Now, are the artifacts a part of this in a video game?
I mean, there's stuff there. There are artifacts, but not like this. It's kind of they looked at the game and they're like, "Oh, that's cool. Let's put it in this TV show." And that's kind of what it is.
See, now
it's like they grabbed something and like, "Oh, let's put it in a TV show." Not necessarily.
I kind of when we reviewed the Lord of the Rings on Amazon and even Foundation, people were just like, "It's not the book. It's not the book." I understand that, right? But I'm okay with you making some additions, right? Good additions.
Yeah. But like by Batman analogy, there's things that you cannot change.
Right.
This is it.
Yeah.
Superman, he's got a blue suit. He's got a cape. His cape is red, and he's from Kansas. These are things you cannot change. He's the alien. He's Kryptonian. Can't change that. What you do with the other stuff is the things that make the story interesting. And the problem is with the show is that they're changing all the things you're not allowed to change.
Yeah.
And if you keep these core tenets as standard of what it is, I think people will be more willing to give you leeway with what you're trying to do, and give you the respect of, well, you know what, this is a complicated thing. You don't have all the resources in the world, so that's fair. It's a TV show. It's not, you're not Dune. You don't get $300 million to make a movie, whatever. So that's fair. Right. Like, all right, exactly. Cool. So I people in general will be happy with that, but you got to keep things, the core things. Master Chief doesn't take his helmet off or get out of uniform ever.
Yeah.
Ever. For any circumstance.
I mean, he's sitting down having dinner with Perez, the whole nine.
He's got his suit on.
That's
it. That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
Like the little things like that. Everybody knows Master Chief don't take his uniform off. It's his suit. Everybody knows that. Anybody who's played the game, anything, everybody knows that he doesn't take his suit. Like little things you don't need to change.
Right.
Unnecessary.
It's crazy. Let me ask you this before we wrap it up. So Ackerman, you think Ackerman is starting to have second thoughts about dealing with Paragoski or Paragowski or whatever her name is? You think he's having second thoughts?
Yeah, because I don't think he realizes who's in power, and she's obvious in charge.
Yeah,
Like, it
she's in
couldn't be more
charge.
clear she's in charge.
She's in charge,
So
dude.
this guy, he's an Omni guy. Like, he's just budding around doing his thing. And he's not necessary to the story because he's not in the story. So like that's why it's like whatever.
Right.
I I don't like the fighting for power kind of thing story arc. I don't like that arc because it's not necessary. You fighting for power in the middle of
A war.
a war that with people who can glass your planet.
Yeah.
And then nothing can, with all of your weapons and your Spartans and everything, you can't stop them. That's who you're fighting with. And you're gonna have a little chicken fight over here about who's in charge.
Right.
Nah, son. Like, no.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It's like you're having a power struggle and the entire galaxy is about to be decimated. That is so stupid.
Yes.
It's just like, why are we even doing this?
Thing. But here's the thing. There's a bigger thing going on. They don't even know about yet because they don't know the flood exists. They're gonna find out when they get to Halo. So the flood is there. So if you want a scale of terror, the Covenant is about here, like in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
The flood is above here.
Now,
flood's up here.
The flood, is that a catastrophe or individuals? What is it?
The flood is basically like a zombie apocalypse.
Wow.
That it gets accidentally unleashed on Halo, the first Halo. And so basically
wow.
The Halos are designed, it's like the Halo array is an arc. So inside the Halo is all the species in the universe, in our universe. And for all the planets, they're already there. It's already done. It's in the box. It's got the test tubes there with the name human 244, whatever. It's all there. Everything's already done. And the Halo is designed to wipe out all life in the galaxy. All life, all of it. Not even little. You can't have a twig on a tree on one planet. I mean, nothing that breathes air. Once that Halo starts, it gets going, and it just goes off, it's going to wipe off all life in the entire universe, in our universe. That's it.
Wow.
That's what these aliens before us, they were like, we can't solve this thing, whatever, screw it. We've advanced spiritually to we don't need the earth anymore, or we're like, we don't need our human bodies anymore, or whatever, not human, whatever, our space bodies. We don't need them anymore. We'll just wipe out the universe, and then we'll just start over. So that's what the Halos are. Halos are arcs. Right? So they got all the planets, all the not planets, all the species.
Almost like the Expanse,
all in them.
When they
exactly.
Okay, cool. All right,
exactly.
Cool. Yeah.
All the species are in these Halo arrays, and to get rid of this flood, just turn it on, let it do its thing. Flood gets wiped off in a couple thousand years, 100,000 years, whatever. And then once the robots decide, oh, everything's clear, boom, start the galaxy over. That's what the Halos are for.
Wow.
So they don't know that though. They're getting to the Halo. So all the prophets on the Covenant ships, they think that the Halo, well, some of them do, some of them know. Some of them believe that they get to the Halo and it's going to get it to the higher plane of existence and we'll be like gods. So they're trying to get there. That's it. That's what all this is about.
It's always a dumb species who think like they'll get someplace and then they'll be gods and then they can just control everything. It's like,
yeah, exactly.
Who do you think created this? Who do you think created the Halo?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Like there's idiots. More questions to be had.
Oh my!
And there's things scarier than the flood and everything else, but we didn't even get to that. We're not going to get to that yet.
Oh
but I'm just saying, these guys in the Covenant think, well, we just got to get to this Halo ray, and we're going to be gods, and then we're going to run the universe, and that's what it's going to be. But in essence, what they're going to do is they're going to release the flood and F everything up. So there's that.
A lot of this stuff is so obvious. It's like, hey, we're gonna get to the Halo, and we're gonna have a new life. We're gonna have all this power. We're gonna control a galaxy. Yada yada yada. And it's just like,
yeah,
something created this though. So what is it? It's almost like in the Expanse when they would, people wanted to control the rings. They called them the rings there, remember? And it's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, but someone created this. Something
It came from
created this.
somewhere.
Right, so there is a higher power than, what you think, so yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this is I don't know, man. These last two episodes, Alaria and Onyx. Onyx was okay. What are you gonna rate Onyx, by the way?
I liked Onyx better than the last episode.
Yeah.
I'll give Onyx a 7.
Hmm.
I liked it better. Like it was better put together. The stakes were more interesting. They were just sitting around talking and drinking cocoa
Yeah.
on Yellowstone Park or whatever the hell they are or whatever.
Hmm.
Like it was boring. And I don't care about this guy's kid. I'm sorry. I know it sounds hard. It sounds terrible. I feel terrible saying those words. But bro,
Like,
you're a
it's over.
Spartan. What are you
Yeah.
doing?
It's like, come on. I'm also going to give it a 7 because I think that we should have had the episode of Reach. And then even if you're going to be
These two
corny,
episodes should have got together and
right,
got rid of the middle
exactly.
one.
Right, exactly. Alaria, I don't know about that episode. I'm just like, why was that introduced?
Trash.
It's just
It
like,
was trash.
and
Hot garbage.
it's you would I said this last week, you would think that, that these last two episodes are just going to be fire, but I don't think so. And here's the other thing. Remember with Picard, when the second season was over, man, like the comments, they just blasted Picard. And then they brought in like a
I
new
hate it.
showrunner, the whole
Yeah.
nine, and sort of cleaned it up, right? And it was a better season. The next season was totally better.
But this is the skill of a showrunner. You take everything that was garbage that everybody hated, you just wiggle it, move some stuff over here and move some stuff over here. Better show. Instantly
Yeah.
better show. Everybody said like Picard was better because of that.
Yeah.
Everybody agreed. Like I watched it because I hated the Picard for season 1. I thought it was hot garbage. I hated it. And then I saw 3 and I was like, oh, this is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like I would watch another season of this if you could. And so it's the same thing here with Reach. Like Reach was pretty good. It was really good. It was shot well. And you had the emotional aspect of it, but it felt like you were in a city. It felt like there's stakes. It was interesting. Like I didn't know what was going on because it's got nothing to do with the game. But I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. I wish they were in uniforms or they're Spartan gear, but like that's fine. It is what it is. But and then you go and you just go right back into the garbage of what you were doing before.
Yeah.
And it just is disappointing. I'll put it like that.
It's a travesty that they took Halo, Master Chief, the Spartans, and took their armor away from them. That is a travesty, dude.
That's ridiculous.
Complete travesty that they did that. I'm just like, I hope everyone who's into Halo just like sends emails, comments, just like start blasting the director, the showrunner, just like, what are you doing? This is like you're completely destroying everything. It's just like if I were coming to, I'm a newbie actually. And if I was coming to Halo, this like show, and it's just like, ooh, I want to get the video game. I don't know if I would like, get the video game based on this show.
Yeah. It gives a bad impression about the game's about.
Right, exactly. It looks really weak.
That
it looks
sucks.
Like, and it's just like Master Chief they're making him weak. I mean, the way Kai was like beating him down, I know Kai had on armor, but still, it was just like, come on. This is Master Chief. Why is he getting beat down?
We don't need to see Master Chief, buddy. No.
Yeah.
And now I was thinking about this when I was driving home today. Master Chief, the reason why you don't need to see Master Chief not in uniform and getting beat up is because he's dealing with, when he fights the Covenant, odds are already against him. So like you don't need to see him, struggle to go compete and do something. He's already doing something that's already impossible. So like it's like I need something else impossible to add to that to make him feel like he's a better player. Like, no, it's not necessary. This is impossible. Fighting the Covenant is impossible by one person. Because like in the video game, a lot of the people who are helping you there and the tanks and the soldiers, they die. So it's just when you were playing the game, it's just gonna be you at one point in time, just you mowing down thousands of Covenant by yourself. That's what it's gonna end up being at some point in time during the game. throughout the game, not just part of it. Throughout the game, it's just gonna be Master Chief by himself,
dude.
and he's got to do this.
Yo, I was just
And I mean,
thinking.
you come down. You know what I'm saying? You come down with tanks and everything. There's a whole platoon of people, and they're gonna get mowed down, and it's just gonna be you. That's what's gonna happen.
I was just thinking, like, it would not surprise me if, because the only way that it seems like Makee lost her powers, and the only way they can really link up is if both of them, Master Chief and Makee, touch the artifacts. Right?
I know what you're gonna go say.
So, if Master Chief and Makee link up, get married, have baby Spartans, become king and queen of Reach, I'm done. I'm never watching this show again. Even if they kiss.
I mean,
if I see Master Chief kiss someone, I'm done.
Didn't he kiss Makee? Well, okay, this is the point. The showrunners have done such an egregious job that that's a possibility.
It would not surprise me.
Is Quan being a Spartan is a possibility. All of this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous on its face, and I hope that at some point in time the showrunners are like, oh whoa, they wake up out of the zone like, whoa, what happened? Oh man, I took a nap for a couple weeks. I don't know what's going on. All right, let's fix this show. Like that's what I am expecting somebody to come back and be like, yo, what are we doing here? We're in the middle of war now. Like, let's start the war part.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. You don't have to have guns blazing every 5 minutes to show the war part. That's fine.
Yeah.
But you got to show that we're in the war. And this is nonsense. I don't want to see, ball busting each other trying to figure out who's in charge of whatever. Like, I don't care about any of that. Nobody cares. You're in a war. Send Master Chief out there in his uniform. Let's go. That's what everybody wants.
Imagine like Master Chief and like Makee going to the Army Navy ball. She has a gown on, he has a tuxedo on and whatnot. He's like, it's just like it would not surprise me. It would not surprise me.
You're right.
It would not.
This is the scary part. You're right. You're 100% right.
It would not surprise me. Yeah, because
100%.
Yeah, because people like, again, these showrunners, these directors, they don't want to be. Again, I think it's okay if you're not 100% true based on the book or the video game.
Yeah,
right? It's okay.
There's a lot of as a fan, I understand that this is not possible. This is a tough thing to do. Mm-hmm. The fact that you even got it, that it looks right, is incredible to me. I give this show a lot of credit just by the fact that it looks like Halo. This looks right.
Yeah.
The soldiers, just the Covenant looks good. Everything looks good. The ships look good.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? Those
Corvettes look really dope. And the other thing is, they're mixing some really cool animation with this joint. They're doing CGI. They're doing 3D computer generated stuff. I mean, they're doing some really cool stuff with this with this show. But I think the storyline, the walking and talking, it's horrible, man.
Trash.
It's trash. It's complete trash, man. Well, there you have it. Thanks for checking out another episode of the Behind the Groove podcast. I am Basil Barrington.
I am DJ Keo.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.
All right.